No luck. There was so much crap in there, I couldn't barely get the shovel in. There he is, look at him. He's huge. You see him? He's eating the veggies, the grass. You see the fin on his back? Look at him. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Look at him, how big he is. They stick that fin up, the real big ones. It looks like a shark fin. I can't believe it. Please tell me he's in the video. I can't see the screen. He has to be in there. Look at the size of him. Easy. Easy over 3 foot. And they get bigger than that. Oh, he's going into the clouds are reflecting on the water. So hard to see. So I'm gonna gear up, get ready to redo my floor. My shade screen. That'll work for a while. So you see how this thing is catching air? You shouldn't have a problem with it being like that, with the heat melting everything. It was on this thing, man. It was too low. That should be good for him. So Corey picked up another bus to customize. Let's check it out. Is this the short bus?
You might want to get on and then we'll find out if it's
let's see. Holy moly macaroni. Boy, I thought my ceilings were low. This is all you need, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo. Wow. Wonder how long this thing is. Pretty cool. Cool, man. Well, I went to look at this mess, man. That's just gonna keep freaking peeling. Really need to get some sun on it. So just real quick, you see that spot right here? This is one of the first spots. I put a battery there and that same battery up there, and it did the same thing at both places. Like it had something on the bottom or something. But if you look, that's the resin I put on this wood. And if you look over here where this spot is damp and peeling, and you peel some of that paint off, there's the resin stuck to the paint. See that? It's not white paint. It's the actual resin, and the wood has now become bare. Crazy, right? You would think that resin would never come off of that wood. And I didn't use cloth because it wasn't in my budget. I can't believe that happened. What I do, 3 freaking coats on this thing? But it's got to be dry. I can't put oil-based paint on wet wood, can I? And it's not going to dry in time. Help, Mr. Wizard. It's not going to stick, right? There's no ore. It's got to be dry. How do I get it dry? It will never dry rain the way it's been coming every day. Boy, if I still had the black cover, it would dry. Everything in this boat was bone dry with that black cover on. It was cooking this boat. The floor was cracking more. Everything was taking a horrible beating. Well, all I can do is let it sit in the sun. I'll just try to work on this couple of spots, I guess. So that's about the extent that's getting wet where the paint's not sticking anymore. And the problem was when I cut this last piece, it was a little bit short. And you see this seam over here, I had to put that filler piece in there. And the resin, you know, put it all back together, blah, blah, blah. But that's what happened. This initially cracked first. It started leaking right here. You look at here, watch this. Look how saturated this is. See me scraping that liquid up? So, like I said, all I can do is let it dry. Take off what wants to come off. And I thought maybe got some mineral spirits out there. Maybe if I poured some mineral spirits or paint thinner on it, it would help it dry. Same as if you're adding acetone into the paint, it evaporates faster and makes it dry faster. I wonder if that would work. So you see right here, this is the Flex Seal. That's how it's supposed to be. See that? Tough rubber. Look at that, tough as nails. But like I said too, all in all, I think it's held up pretty good. I don't even know how long it's been, a couple of years at least, right? See, that's fiberglass there. All where this is sticking is fiberglass. I I got my thingamajiggy hooked up to the battery, motor running. That's probably about as good as I'm gonna get it. Anyway, what I'm thinking is I'm gonna mix some paint, mineral spirits, and see if it'll soak in and create a waterproof barrier, because it's oil based, and that water will have to dry up sooner or later. It will dry. So that looks like it's drying up pretty damn quick. So I've got the Rust-Oleum topside paint I've been using, and you can see what's in there. And I poured some mineral spirits in it, thin it down. I wanted to really soak in. Because it was wet, it's not real smooth in some spots. That'll give me a little texture. See where it's kind of beating up, where the resin still is? Yeah, I'd say all in all, you know, what I did and everything held up pretty good all this time. It'll just absorb water. That's not too bad. Plus you have to think too, remember too, the underneath is hollow under there. I mean, there's foam, but it's pretty dry under there for the most part. So this is more saturated than I thought. Both sides. I don't know if you saw the video about the leak I had back there. It's right above in that seam somewhere. I went on the outside to try to patch it. It was running down. I pulled the foam out of that corner because the foam was staying wet. And then I looked at this yesterday and I didn't see the water running down. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I don't know, but you could see it come right down that corner, and I'd always have to get back here and put some weight on it. And then, like I said, I patched it on the outside right here in this corner, and nothing is coming out now. It's a little damp, but I mean, you can see it flowing through. So I'm thrilled about that. But what I'm gonna do is these corners, I'm gonna build these corners, these ends up, so the water can't hold in the corners anymore. Anyway, one good thing, when I reach up under here, my hand under, look, bone dry, bone dry. Same on this side, bone dry. So the bottom is dry, good thing. So this is looking pretty good, and this stuff dries pretty quick in the sun. And once again, you know, freaking routine maintenance. You know, like I said, this don't look like the floor I put in years ago, however long it's been now. I guess I'm just gonna, same thing, just peel this up as much as I can and saturate it with some paint. See if it'll dry up till I start building it up. No point in letting it keep getting wet and wet and wet. Well, this is worse than I thought it was. When I had that hole, when I cut that out, and I pulled off all the wet rotten wood on top, and I took some yellow Rust-Oleum topside, slapped it on there, and it, you know, worked, dried it out. That's dry under there. But all of this, look at it, totally saturated. Because this battery sits here, never gets, you know, it's always underwater when it rains back here, never gets any sun on it. And I was going to put the battery in that friggin' console so it's not baking out in the sun all the time. This side, I hope, isn't that bad. It's still wet, but it's not like this. Man, this is an absolute disaster over here. No clue this was even happening because the battery never moves, you know, never moves. What a freaking mess. Routine maintenance, baby. All right, let that dry up a little bit. I'm gonna throw paint on it. I don't have any choice. The rain's coming all week, every day. Just gonna keep throwing it on there until this thing dries out by itself. It's got to dry out. It can't stay wet. Well, I'm telling you, what a freaking mess. Ah, yeah. See what happens. You play, you pay. So I'm just gonna run down here and check out that paint, see what's going on. And I've been thinking about the freaking part, the guide, that turned out to be a piece of junk. It's fake. It's not nylon, it's plastic crap that was done on a machine. What do you call that? 3D printer. I guarantee it, there's no way that thing is an original part. Unbelievable, man. He's gonna hear from me, I'm sure of that. I know that wet wood ain't dry. Ooh, wow, look at that, eh? That paint is dry and it's sticking. That's good. Oops, kiss for you. This over here. Did this over here. Hey, there's still wet paint under there. I was gonna bring my staple gun and try to staple all this down. Anyway, it's looking pretty damn good. Just as long as everything dries. Look, there's freaking water in that corner. That's from the waves of the boat coming up and splashing over. Oh yeah, that looks good, man. You're looking good. Much better than I thought. Damn, I left my slippers on again. Next thing I know, I'm at the store. I got my slippies on. Oh, there he is. There he is feeding it. Oh, he just took off. I don't know if you got a glimpse of him. He was right there, big old monsters. He took off fast. I'm happy the floor is coming along. It's better than I thought. I thought that damn paint was still gonna be sticky wicky. You know, the wood is not dry. But hopefully it's gonna do what I think it's gonna do. Almost to the sense where I'm covering it with a piece of plastic to keep the water off, you know? But I'm doing it with paint. Oh, damn it. Whoa, volcano. I just opened this thing. I didn't even have 2 drinks. Oh man, I feel so good about that. I'm not kidding. So glad. Finally. So, all right, I'm out of here.